Comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
You don't need to be a lip reader or an expert in body language to know that he was not thrilled with that call. You know, just about every umpire has a different interpretation of what a high strike should be, but none of them like it when guys carry on like this. You got to be careful.
Here's Carlos Gomez. Into the seats, 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
Right now, they'd be lucky to just put one in play.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
And remember now, he finished off the previous inning with back-to-back strikeouts. And now he started this inning with 2 more. So he's really got it working out there now.
Evan Gattis now standing in, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1.
And he's probably not going to throw too many first-pitch changeups. That's a pretty darn good call.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Markakis has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They trail it here 3-0. Adonis Garcia is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Keuchel's ready. Here's the first pitch. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
And another foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Played on the backhand. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
That's a nice backhanded play there at second. You'd like to be able to get in front of this ball if you can, but here he does a nice job of looking it into the glove, and then he makes the throw to first for the out.
Here's the switch hitting Nick Swisher. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1.
That is the hardest first pitch to look for because you just can't wait long enough. Not only is it a hard pitch to hit, but it sets up everything else you have.
Throw to first is in time to take care of Swisher, and there are 2 away now.
For Atlanta, catcher Tyler Flowers.
Stepping in, Tyler Flowers. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, the last time he saw a fastball and hit it pretty well, so we'll see how they work him this time. You can throw him more fastballs, but you better not put it in that location.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
That evens it up 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
And this would be a good bounce-back inning for him. He's looked a little shaky here in these first few innings.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Down in order go the Braves, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Luis Valbuena will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
Into the windup and the pitch. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
And you'll get a good look at the grip on his two-seam fastball. You grip it along the narrower seams on the baseball, and that gives it that running action you don't see on the four-seamers.
Here's the big first baseman, John Singleton, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
You know, it's just the third inning, but you can already tell. So far, he's wearing out that inside corner. He doesn't want these guys to get too extended, and it's worked out for him so far.
That misses 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Popped high in the air. And he'll squeeze this one for the second out.
Batting ninth, catcher, Jason Castro.
Jason Castro will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
First pitch on its way. Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike 1.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come in throwing a lot of high changeups. That's a pitch he's going to have to get lower in the strike zone.
And it's quickly 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Astros still have yet to tally their first hit in this one. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is over. Astros go down 1-2-3. They trail in this one 3-0. Jace Peterson is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Second baseman, Jace Peterson.
Keuchel into his motion. Here comes the first pitch. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2.
This is a guy that's got to understand his abilities here. He's got the speed to beat out any ground ball, but he's taking uppercut swings trying to go yard.
So the base is empty here with one away, and that'll bring in the speedy center fielder, Michael Bourne. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Oh, and he was fooled that time on the pitch away as he went around for strike 2. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Pretty stress-free inning so far. 2 batters, 6 pitches, and 2 strikeouts.
Ender Inciarte stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors so far for Atlanta. Swing and a looper to left. Rasmus shading to his right, and that ends the inning. Pretty painless half of the inning all told. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's the Braves 3 and the Astros nothing. Jose Altuve will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
Yeah, still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Starts him out with a slider too low for ball 1.
Well, here's a little trivia for you, Matt. On May 1st of 2012, Jose Altuve faced Mets pitcher John Roush, who's 6 feet 11 inches tall. The 1.5 foot height differential is said to be the most in MLB history between a pitcher and batter.
And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
And this is fouled at the plate. And a fastball. Tough take there, but it's even back at 2-2.
94 on the outer edge. You can't help but take that.
And this is swung on and missed, and this 4th inning will start the same way he ended the 3rd, with a strikeout, and there's 1 away.
Well, right now he is just carving them up, dare I say, like a Thanksgiving turkey. That's 7 strikeouts already, and he's made it look easy so far.
Now to the plate, George Springer. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. And a good job to lay off the fastball there, close, but it's 1-1. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there, 1-2.
Boy, that curve of his is so darn tough, especially right on the heels of that fastball. It's 20 miles an hour slower, and it dips down hard at the end.
Ready on 1-2. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ballgame.
Man, and not only has he not allowed a hit to this point, but he's also faced the minimum so far. You can't do much better than that.
Carlos Correa digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Astros still have yet to tally their first hit in this one. In there, and he's in control, 0-2 now. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More to come from Houston after this. Eric Ibar heads for the box to start off the fifth in this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Keuchel gets the sign. Here it comes. Not his best effort that time. It's strike one.
Yeah, he really pulled off of that one, and that's not the kind of swing we're accustomed to seeing from a guy like him.
Especially starting off an at-bat.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Rasmus moves over. One away.
Yeah,
baseman
doesn't
number
look
5.
like much has changed here to start this inning either.
Freeman.
That's 8 in a row now he's set down.
Freddie Freeman will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. There to take it is Rasmus, and there are 2 out now.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Nick Markakis steps in, working on a 1 for 2 game so far. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1.
And you know, he hasn't looked incredible out there on the mound so far, but he's pretty much done what he's needed to do. He's kept his guys in the game against a real good ball club.
On the ground near home. Castro scoops it up, throw in time, and the side is retired. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They lead it 3-0. Colby Rasmus will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Swing and a miss. 5 straight strikeouts now, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting.
All right, folks, montage alert. Here you get a look at his performance so far. 10 strikeouts for him in the ball game as he continues to just plow right through this lineup one after another. Here's Carlos Gomez, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
No runs, no hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
And at least he's taken a few pitches here. You know, that's more than the rest of these guys can say.
And he'll continue this roll he's on. Make it 6 strikeouts in a row. Gracious, 2 away. A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th. Evan Gattis is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield, and that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. And that's in there for his strike, 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1-2-3 go the Astros. Still down 3-0. Adonis Garcia will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far. Now the Astros are going to get a left-hander up and cranking out in the bullpen. To short. Correa on the grass. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
And after a hot start, the bats have pretty much gone missing here in the middle innings. He sort of reinvented himself out there and has really turned things around.
Nick Swisher will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
And I wish more guys would pitch like this. I mean, look at that pitch count right there. That is really low for this stage of the game, and it's because he's throwing strikes and challenging guys.
And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
And you know, the problem with his slider, and it almost sounds stupid to say it, but sometimes it can literally move too much. I mean, it's a great pitch, don't get me wrong. But here, look at how far this thing runs in. That's a pitch that can be hard to control at times, and here it winds up costing him.
Tyler Flowers will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the 2nd inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
He's just working east and west here. He'll be fine if he just stays out of the middle.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Hit hard to short. He's got it. To second for 1. Back to first, but it's right over his head. Low throw, and he can't handle the short hop.
Yeah, and right here, he knew that at second base he was going to have to hurry this throw back to first if he had any chance to double him up. And you see his throw get away from him, but since there's no advancement, it's going to be a straight fielder's choice, no error on the play.
Into the box, Jace Peterson. As he's first pitch swinging here, and this is on the ground toward the hole. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. One left for Atlanta, but they lead it 3-0. Leading off the inning, Luis Valbuena, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Still pretty early, but they don't have any hits yet, so you need to get it going offensively.
Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. And he comes back with one in there for a high strike. Teron gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1. Not the first time he's felt the squeeze tonight.
Yeah, he's looking and saying, what do I got to do to get a strike?
And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes. It seems like we've seen a lot of guys late on the fastball tonight.
And he's not throwing all that hard either, but when he throws it off the other pitches, that's where it makes it a little more difficult.
Hit out towards second. And a good throw gets him, 1 gone.
And when your pitcher hasn't given up a hit, believe me, you're going to feel the pressure out there just about as much as he does. These guys know what's at stake. So that's a good job right there to look that ball in and then make a good, strong throw for the out.
John Singleton in now, hopped out in his first trip. Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Whew. That's one of his best pitches tonight.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
And I'll tell you what, A 3-0 lead with the way this guy's throwing must look like a 10-0 lead to these guys. I mean, they just haven't been able to solve him at all so far.
Digging in to try it again, Jason Castro. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
And that's cut on and missed 0-1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Freeman is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. The speedy Michael Bourne will start things out when we come back. It's the Braves 3 and the Astros 0. Back here at Minute Maid Park in Houston. 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one, but before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. Tony Sipp is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Number 29, Tony Sipp.
And there, in fact, is the speedy Mr. Bourne. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. The 0-1 pitch. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1.
That's his strength. He wants to try and come in and jam you, so you got to be ready to try and turn on something.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
And this is a spot where, to me, you don't need to play home run derby here. I mean, if your last name is Pujols or Fielder, maybe. But for a guy like this, you just try to get on base and give your guys a chance to drive you in.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ender Inciarte comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen.
I'd say he's made a pretty good impression since coming on. With 2 batters, 2 strikeouts to start the inning.
Eric Ibar will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Looked like he was swinging no matter what that time as he goes way out of the zone at that offering. It's 0-1.
Oh, he's got him eaten right out of the palm of his hand now. 2 strikeouts already here in the inning. And now he gets the third guy to go after a first pitch out of the strike zone.
Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. High pop-up. Valbuena is there for it. And that's the third out. Down in order go the Braves, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Jose Altuve will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
If there's one thing base stealers don't like, it's when you throw at their legs. Now, that's their meal ticket you're messing with.
Not quite reaching 90 with the fastball, but it's 1-1 now.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point, so good idea there just to wait for strike one.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. On the ground to the right side. There's Peterson. Throws in time, and that's out number one.
The right fielder.
And for you at home, all I'm going to do is direct your attention to the hits column right there. It is what it is here in the 7th inning.
George Springer stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Tehran's ready. Here comes the pitch. Slapped hard the opposite way. Base hit. And the perfect game will go by the wayside. They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game here in the 7th, so the no-hit bid will end right here. Carlos Correa will stand in, and Steve, with the no-hitter gone now, he's got to remind himself he's still got work to do out there.
Yeah, he sure does. This game is not over by any means. You've got to take any no-hitter thoughts and put those out of your mind and go back to focusing on the task at hand.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a check swing as he's able to fight this one off. Foul. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Hit to short. Underhanded flip to second for one. Back to Freeman, not in time, and they'll just get the one.
Yeah, you know, a double play there was always going to be a stretch, and that's where you just take that force out at second, get the lead runner, and then say, you know what, thank you very much.
Colby Rasmus ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
And this is becoming a theme now. It's part of why he's been so successful out there so far. Let these guys chase that first pitch and get him in a hole right away.
And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
And it looks like the scouting report says, work this guy away, and it's been paying off.
And whoever put together that scouting report did a real nice job, because this whole team hasn't done much offensively at all.
Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Trying to strike him out for the third time.
Nope, that's a ball.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. One left for Houston. They trail it here 3-0. Leading off the inning, Freddie Freeman, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Freeman.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2. This man out for his second inning of work, and why not? He set him down 1-2-3 the last time around.
Right, and with 2 strikeouts mixed in there as well. Just let him keep going.
And he chased it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Freeman is retired, and there's one away. A couple of good pitching performances by both clubs here. 3-0 our score as you get a look there at the inning-by-inning recap through the first 7 and change. One away for the Braves here in inning number 8. And standing in, the powerful right fielder, Nick Markakis. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
Yeah, he hit a good pitch there. This thing's toward the outside part of the plate, but he stays with it all the way. Uses the big part of the field and gets himself a base hit.
Into the box now, Adonis Garcia. Now a swing, and he pops him up. Right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate. And he'll get back there to make the catch in front of the screen as they retire their man here for the second out.
You see here on show track, that pitch up and in just ties him in knots. If you leave that out over the plate, you'll be in trouble, but if you can locate there, things will be just fine.
Here's the switch hitting Nick Swisher as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. 2 out with the man at first. And he'll try to hold back on the pitch inside, but he pretty clearly broke the plane that time. It's strike 2. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Braves strand 1. They lead it 3-0. Carlos Gomez will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Tehran into his motion. First pitch on the way. In need of a quick inning here, but he starts this one with a ball. It's 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
Yeah, he probably won't have too big a dip in velocity the rest of the way. But the later this game goes, the more important it'll be to watch where his location is. That's probably the bigger concern.
1-1 pitch, a curveball that's right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. But they just look lost up there.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And a foul pop behind the plate. Flowers has a play, and he's retired here, 1 away.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. Shutout intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Evan Gattis will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there, no balls and a strike.
I think a lot of pitching coaches would like to see that first pitch strike ratio better than about 60%, but that's what he's got going for him tonight, and he's pitched very well.
And this is high, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the letters.
And this is taken for a called strike, and he's not in love with that call either. It's 1-2 now. And from that man's perch in the first base dugout, more of the same.
You know, I think the calls have gone both ways, but I bet you'd have a really hard time convincing him of that.
Changed up on him as this is grounded to second. Peterson fields it cleanly, in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
He continues to plow right through these guys. My man's working on a one-hit shutout.
Luis Valbuena will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And that misses 2-2. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Markakis on the run. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Astros go down 1-2-3. They trail in this one 3-0. Set to start the 9th now from Space City, Houston, Texas, as we continue our presentation of Major League Baseball on the show. Tyler Flowers will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away, so as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a 3rd time.
Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Well, he was certainly geared up with a fastball swing in a fastball count. And they sure picked the right time to change up on him. He never saw that one coming.
To 2-2 now. And a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the ninth.
One thing we can say about this game, neither team's been afraid to swing the bat. I mean, here we are this late into the ball game, and we still haven't seen our first walk.
First offering on its way. Jace Peterson comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. One out, nobody on. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss as he ran that in on him. A ball and 2 strikes. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Michael Bourne stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's set. Here it comes. Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike 1.
And for as bad as he missed that pitch, you can bet we're going to see that again before this at-bat's over.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Now a fastball taken outside here as it moves it to 2-2 now.
I smell another changeup coming here before too long.
Could even be right here.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Drilled right back up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
Yeah, he had a chance to put him away. Had him down 0-2. Tried to get him to chase a couple of times, but he wouldn't do it. And he winds up making contact on a good pitch there.
Ready now, Ender Inciarte. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
To short, hit hard, reined in, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. Braves held off the scoreboard here in the 9th. It's last chance now for the Astros. They trail here 3-0. Striding in to start the 9th, John Singleton, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Your attention, please. Now
so a save situation now as they turn it over to their closer, Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson.
Leading off the inning, John Singleton. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late. So they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. This is line to left, and that's in there, base hit. So that's just how you want to start it here in the bottom of the 9th. Jason Castro will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out 0 for 2 thus far from the stretch. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
That's a two-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
Again, he sends it out of play. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. Liner towards second. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. And he is out on a strong throw.
Well, I understand the need to try and make something happen, but when you're losing, one thing you cannot afford to do is have guys get thrown out on the base pass. And that makes an already tough situation even tougher.
Here's George Springer. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And that'll do it as he puts the squeeze on that one, and with a whimper there, that will be the final out of the ball game.
Yeah, you know, this game kind of felt like it could have been played back in 1968. Very well played, very low scoring, very quick game, too. I'll tell you, I could go for a few more of these this year. That'd be okay by me.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. The Braves are winners here, 3-0. Good night from Houston.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Atlanta Braves. 3 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Astros, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. The winning pitcher is Julio Teheran. The save to Jim Johnson. The loss goes to Dallas Keuchel. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 33 minutes. A reminder that post-game Metro Light Rail trains can be picked up at Main Street Square, just 6 blocks from Minute Maid Park between Walker and Dallas.